Hey guys, welcome back to an all-new episode of a pro wrestling podcast with Matt and friends. I am your host, Matt Kozakowski, and alongside me today is the Prize City OG himself, the Limitless Champion, the Prize, Alec Price. Alec, what's up, man?
Yo, what's good? Thank you for having me on this podcast. Everyone listening, have a dope-ass day. Let's get it. You feel me?
Shit. Absolutely, man. Yo, I got a question to ask you. Have you ever had anybody saying to you like, yo, dude, your name sounds like a contestant on a game show?
Nah, I've never actually had that shit. Like,
I was thinking about that the other day.
Too much, but
I was thinking about that the other day.
Some people just be like, the price is right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's
I had this queued up. I was like, yo, I got this. Welcome to the show, the Prize, Alec Price. Come on down. And I had this queued up where I was
gonna. You should have did it. That would have been awesome.
I was going to, man, and I was like, it might sound a little dumb, but hey, dude, I love it. I think it's absolutely awesome because I love the name. I think it's absolutely fantastic. It fits you very well. Yeah, dude.
Thank you.
So I'm more newer to your work. I discovered you last year because everybody on social media was talking about Alec Price and how fantastic he was. And I was like, all right, let me check him out. And I remember I gave you a follow. You followed me back and we talked about you coming on the show last year. Unfortunately, we didn't get that time, but we started now. We're here now.
Yep, 2022 with the great start. You feel me?
Absolutely. Now, what was it like for you to have such a big blowout like that? Like everybody saying how fantastic you were and what a bright future you're going to have. What did that feel to you, seeing all the positive feedback about your career so far?
I mean, it's been great. I really appreciate, everybody, online saying how good I am and all that. But to be honest, I'm still a piece of shit. And I don't really try to feed in too much of it. Like, I really appreciate it, but I just like to try to stay humble. And I see that and I like it that I'm being recognized, but I also know I can improve on a lot of stuff. So I just try to take it with a grain of salt. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. And I think a lot of wrestlers, they just continue to improve. It doesn't matter if you're in the business for a year, 10 years, 15, 20. I think they just continue to try to improve their game. And I mean,
in this business, you always got to be changing. Like, if you ain't evolving, you're stagnant, and you're not going to do anything.
Oh, absolutely. And dude, you have one of the coolest movesets in all of professional wrestling that I've seen. Your satellite headlock DDT that you do, or a headlock driver, dude, is fucking nuts. It's fucking nuts.
It's crazy because that shit came on accident too.
Did it really?
Yeah, I was on training and I was very green, and my trainer used to do a move where you'd have you in power slam position and do a spinning rock bottom. And he one day was he had me up. He was like, DDT me. And for some reason, I decided to freaking whip my arms around and get him into a headlock driver. And he just went. And he was like, that's not what I asked, but could you do that running? That was pretty cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, dude, I seen it and I was watching it. I'm like, dude, this is probably one of the coolest friggin' moves I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, one of the coolest. So there was a move I just seen yesterday for the first time, and it was a shooting star press DDT. And I don't know if you've seen that clip. It's been on Twitter all day, but
I seen it.
Insane, bro. And I'm like, dude, Alec Price has some cool moves. This dude has some cool moves. I need to see a one-on-one match between these two soon.
Let's do it.
But no, I love your moveset. Like the front flip DDT you turn into and finish him off with a surprise kick. That combo, sick. Like, I always try to do new combo moves in wrestling video games, and I think that's going to be my next one. I love it. I think it's awesome.
Shit, I'm down. Make it in the video game. I like that shit. I just, it's a lot of my moves are moves you probably would have seen. I just do them my own way, uniquely to me. I know, I would do this way. You know what I mean? That's it. There's some moves that I made that no one out, the Gotch Powerbomb. I invented that, and I thought of it. I looked it up. No one's ever done it. And there's a couple moves I invented, but I just do what every other wrestler does. Just take from history and make it your own.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I think, like I said, that headlock or satellite headlock driver that you do, is friggin' insane and absolutely crazy. I never think anybody's ever going to be able to try that again to that perfection. I think it's absolutely incredible. So
Thank you.
Absolutely. So did you grow up into pro wrestling? Were you a fan as a kid, or did you kind of get into it later on?
So my Nana was the only other person in my family that loved wrestling as much as I did. I have like faint memories of like us watching wrestling when she was still alive when I was younger. After she died, I didn't really have anybody that loved wrestling as much as I did, because my brothers watched it, but they fell off. And then I started going to just like inner city schools that no one really cared about wrestling. So I kind of fell off for a little bit. I still loved it. I just didn't watch it. I just, you know what I mean? Like I had other stuff to worry about. And then I found my boy Eddie, who loved wrestling as much as I did. He had all the belts and all the freaking toys and the video games, and I never had any of that stuff because we were poor. So like I was like, holy shit, this man has everything, and he loves wrestling as much as me, and it just sparked it from there. I went into backyard for a year with Eddie, and then after that, like, I almost died. Shitty Canadian that turned into a code red, but like he went for a Canadian but hooked my arms like a code red, and we flipped, and like if it wasn't for the mattresses like splitting in the middle and my head letting exactly in the middle of my shoulder stopping me, I would have been paralyzed. And after that I kind of just went, I want to learn how to do this. Like if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this the right way. I don't want to be the guy that like gets injured in the backyard and they're like, hey, why are you paralyzed? I mean, I did a Canadian destroyer in my boy's backyard for nothing. You know what I mean? Like if I'm going to die in the ring, I'm going to die trained.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And speaking of backyard wrestling, man, I was watching that clip that you had where I didn't see the match, but it was the promo you did for Matt Cross, the living legend, Matt Cross. And I was watching it and I'm like, it's funny that you mentioned that because I didn't know you did backyard wrestling. I just seen that you created your character in the game and you wrestled them and stuff. What was it like actually wrestling Matt Cross?
I actually never got to face Matt Cross.
Oh, really?
Yeah, both times that we had tried to have that match, it just didn't end up working out. Like the first time we were about to have it, the pandemic hit, so the show got shut down. And then the next time that it was supposed to happen, I got sick. I got COVID, so I couldn't do that. So it just, even though I would love to have that match, I feel like it's just not supposed to happen. Like after 2 times of it not happening, like, and it was nothing that, it's not like anybody called out or anybody was being like, I don't want to wrestle this match. It's just shit happens. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if we get that match and it's the 3rd time, like either 3rd time's going to be a charm or 3rd time's going to be where something happens really bad. You know what I mean? So,
oh, for sure.
I mean, I fucking still love Matt Cross. Like I loved him in Lucha Underground as Son of Havoc. I didn't even know he was Son of Havoc. And like, I remember playing him back on the day on the backyard wrestling video game. My brothers had it. And I loved it. And then when I found out I was facing him, I'm like, holy crap. M-20. Like he was the guy that us backyarders looked up to because he went pro and he did his thing and was doing what he's the same with like Ospreay. You know what I mean? So yeah. If that match ends up happening in the future, it ends up happening. I'd still want to fade Matt. You know what I mean? Like that's a dope ass match. Let's get it.
He's a legend, man. I think he's absolutely incredible. I remember the first time I watched his work. Like I used to play the backyard wrestling games too, so I knew who he was. But the first time I watched his work was Wrestling Society X on MTV. I don't know if you remember that, but he was in there for a little bit as M-Dog 20, just M-Dog 20, and I was the first time I ever watched him wrestle. And I'm like, dude, this dude's everything. Like, I think, living legend for sure. And when he got into Tough Enough, I was really hoping he was going to win. Here's the guy who has had so much background and everything in pro wrestling, and everybody thought he was going to win, and he didn't, which was a big shocker. But absolutely incredible. I hope one day we get to see that match. Unfortunately, like you said, stuff happens, and very heartbreaking for sure.
Life happens, and like, it really is. I was super sad about it because like he was just like it's M-Dog. Like M-Dog 20. But like stuff happens. Hopefully we can get it in the future. But like I said, after 2 times of like stuff just happening and we couldn't get it, I don't know if the match was ever meant to happen. Maybe you'll never see Alec Price versus M-Dog 20. Maybe you will. We'll check it out. You know what I mean?
Hopefully, man. Hopefully. Dream match right there for sure. Now, Bell Time Club, where you trained, you got your start at Bell Time Club. How was that experience for you? I've never heard of Bell Time Club until I watched the little documentary that you had, and you were in the gym and stuff like that. What was your experience like with Bell Time Club? Was there any other popular names that came out of there, or that you think are going to be breakout stars coming from there?
I love Bell Time Club. Bell Time Club is, a great place to, start out and train and learn your thing. Benny, when I was there, Benny just still am there, but like when Benny and Bo were both there consistently, it was like one of, if not the best training in New England. Just because you had Bo's like old school style where, he would always be very fast, very like set on, like you need to learn A, B, C, D, and E before you can learn Z. And like how he taught us how to network and, not burn bridges and everything. And then you had Benny, who was just able to do all the cool new age stuff. Like Benny was old school as well, but he had all the new age, like different moveset that like Bo couldn't do. You know what I mean? Not saying Bo wasn't athletic enough. It's just Benny was just crazy good in the ring. So it was a great experience. And I feel like if I trained anywhere else when I first started out, I probably wouldn't be who I am today, because it was like it was like my family. You know what I mean? Like there was a million and one things going on at once. And like, but because I grew up in that environment, being from a family of 7, I was able to just take from everyone because I always knew there was something different going on. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
So I love Bell Time. Channing Thomas, he's originally a Bell Time student. Okay. Becca, before she started blowing the fuck up, went to Bell Time, but now she's chaotic through and through. But she's killing it. She still puts on, and you know what I mean? There's this kid named Aaron that's I think is going to be really, really, really good. There's a lot of kids from Bell Time that I think have it, and it's just Bell Time's a hole in the wall school for years. Like overshadowed it, and it's nothing against Chaotic. Chaotic is freaking a crazy good school with crazy good trainers, especially now with Chase running it, and you got Smash Master helping out. Like Smash Master is one of the coaches too, and they're both, the knowledge with them is crazy. So I think you know what I mean. Like Bell Time's starting to get a name because I'm starting to put it on. But I train at both because I feel like both are the best wrestling schools in New England right now.
Oh, for sure, man. And with Bell Time Club, do you do any training yourself? Like, do you train other wrestlers too, or do you just kind of still?
Nah, like I'll help out because I'm an experienced student, but like I don't train people. I still need to be trained myself. Okay. I feel like a lot of people like they think like after a couple of years, like I could just start training people because I've done it. No, bro, like you haven't. Like those people that do that, they don't really get out there. It's like you, like after a while of being a wrestler, you can't really learn a lot from training. After a while, it's just drills. The only real way to learn is by going out there and experiencing like other styles and the way other people wrestle in other states and other countries. So like, yeah, I'm good, bro. I don't want to train people right now. I don't have the patience for it, and my trainers beat the fuck out of me. So I don't want to get canceled for beating the fuck out of somebody.
Oh no, I get it, man, for sure. I get it for sure. I mean, still trying to figure stuff out yourself. I understand that 100%. When it comes to pro wrestling, though, now I've seen you kind of as a face character. I've seen you as a heel. Which one do you prefer being more?
I don't know, because for years I played a heel, and I love being a heel because I get to beat the crap out of people. But now it's like I'm starting to be baby. And I kind of like baby too. Like I think I just like both, because like my baby character and my heel character are the same person. Like it's just me.
Right.
I'm still saying fuck you, or like go. You know what I mean? Like I don't like you, but I'm saying it differently. When I'm a heel, I say it to the fans, and when I'm a baby, I say it to to my opponent. So I like both. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Baby's just something different because like I said, for the past like 4 years, I've been heel.
Oh, for sure, man. And I mean, dude, you do a great job with it. It's fun. I love watching your stuff. I mean,
I'm natural. You know what I mean? It comes out of me. I'm not. You know what I mean?
No, for sure, man. I get it 100%. Now I was thinking about this the other day too, and I was like, did your baby face turn just kind of happen, especially going into their kind of like rivalry with the Unit? I know the Unit's a heel faction. Did it kind of just emerge when you started going into there, or did it happen before?
It happened before. At the VLC, a lot of people wanted me to win. It just happened naturally. Like I was the biggest heel before the VLC. And then after the VLC, like everybody wanted me to win because they were like, this is his year. Last year he came so close and now it's his time to win. And when I end up getting knocked, when I got caught off guard and, taken out, like stuff happens, but like people really wanted me to win. Like I remember when like I got eliminated, I heard people on the film being like, no, this was his year. And like that kind of made me tweener. I was still heel, but I was like starting to shift to baby just from off the fans.
Yeah.
And then the Fatal 4-Way happened where it was me, Brad Cashew, Lee Moriarty, and Nolo Catano. Banging match. It was such a fire 4-way. But I think that match kind of like started to solidify me as the guy, like, all right, he's a baby now. And then the match with JT was like, all right, no, he's definitely a baby now. Like he's our guy. You know what I mean? So it kind of built up. It was just naturally built up. I couldn't do anything about it. I mean, you know what I mean? The fans choose what the fans want what the fans want at the end of the day.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's crazy because, you see how TV runs and there's certain, I'm not going to say the name, but there's a certain promotion that doesn't fully listen to the fans, which is sad. I think you just had a tryout there. If I'm not mistaken.
What are you talking about? I don't know no name of no company. You feel me? Like
I don't know.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
WWE.
I mean, I had a blast down there. So yeah. I had a blast at the tryout. So if anybody, like, if people got questioning what their product, that's I ain't involved in that shit. I just had a banging tryout. I had a blast down there. Thank you to them for bringing me down and, letting a poor kid from Boston get, be down there for a week and experience something that he's never experienced in his life. And, few people like that I've gotten experience in my life and that few people haven't gotten to experience. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah,
in New England. So I have no complaints. Like I actually rather not speak on the subject.
No, I get that for sure, man. Now let's talk about Christian Casanova, Carmelo Hayes. You've had a couple good matches with him, fantastic matches, I should say. What was it like being in your first match with him? Because that chemistry just seemed natural.
It was awesome. Christian's my boy. I loved working Christian or Carmelo now. I loved working him. Like we were just able to gel in the ring. He's so goddamn smooth. Like I was saying it as a greenie, why is he not signed? He was the smoothest on the indies. He was putting on, his grind was just, a lot different than everybody else's. And he, everything he's gone in his business, he definitely deserves. And I'm happy for my brother. But it just happens. Some people just have chemistry that can click like that. And some people cannot work a match together. And me and him just clicked in the ring and were able to make magic.
Oh,
but
sure.
it wouldn't have been for, because I was still green at the time. So I'm glad Christian was there to help me out a little bit. You know what I mean? Like teach me some shit.
Oh, for sure, man. Nah, he's absolutely incredible. And I think, dude, he's going to be the biggest star in all of WWE. I believe it.
He's a superstar. It doesn't matter if he went to the E or any other company. He was going to be a superstar, and I've known it. So I'm glad he's gone. Now he's a unified champ. Like, good for him.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you watch NXT regularly or
I
no?
watch NXT. I watch it because of him. He's so good. Like, that's my dog. Like, I'm just like, what is my boy doing? Click.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I mean, I love it, man. I would love to see him and Trick go for the tag title soon. I would love to see him be world champion. Dude is absolutely fantastic. When he calls himself the A champion, that dude is the A champion for sure.
He is the A champion because, like, you know what I mean? It's Mellow Hayes, dog. Like, so good.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Now, speaking of championships, you are the current Limitless Champion. Congrats on that. That's absolutely incredible. Thank you. Did you think you were ever going to win that title in such a short career that you've had so far?
Not really, because, like, I've worked my ass off for that title. But like it just like where I came from, not even like where I was raised, like where I was like technically where I was raised wrestling wise, but where I came from, like not a lot of people really did anything for my school. Me getting to Limitless and the places that I've gone to, it was huge. So I was just happy being there for the ride. But now being champion, it's like it's amazing. Like being champion is about having a title. It's about like just knowing that your hard work is paid off. Like you've been busting your ass for so long, and now it's like I have something to prove that it's like I am next up, or I am the dude, or this is my time, this is my company, and like I love it. I love every second of being champion, and hopefully I'm going to stay champion for a while.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
if anybody wants to try to get that gold, get these hood hands. You feel me? I'm ready for a fight.
Now there's a challenge I got to throw out to you. So I'm a friend. I'm friends with a pro wrestler named Top Notch Jason Hotch. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's newer in the wrestling industry. He's only been there a couple years as well. I would love to see him go one-on-one against Alec Price for the Limitless Championship. I think he's a dude who really deserves that opportunity to get into a bigger showcase. I think that would be a brilliant opportunity for him. What would you say in response to a challenge from Jason Hotch?
I'm down, but there's a lot of people that have been working their ass off at Limitless to get a title shot. So I don't think it would be fair to just, I mean, I don't know. Like if he wants to come to Limitless and, you know, show up, and then I'll give you a title shot. But at the end of the day, like I worked my butt off to get this title. And I feel like it would just be disrespectful to the people that are working their butt off to even get a title shot. Because not
Oh,
a
for
lot of
sure.
people get title shots like that. So I mean, if he wants to come up to Limitless, I'll face him. You know what I mean? I'm down to have a bang with anybody. I can work anybody, but
Hey, it necessarily
you
doesn't
gotta
have to be for the
you gotta
title,
earn
you
your
know?
shot. You got no exactly, but you know what I mean. You gotta earn your shot. You
Oh
gotta
yeah,
earn your shot.
absolutely. Now, is it hard for wrestlers to get that opportunity to be in Limitless, or is it, just kind of like, just reach out to them?
I listen. You gotta pay your dues. Just straight up, like you gotta pay your dues. Like just like with Limitless. Like when I started out, I started in Let's Wrestle, which is their sister company, and they're coming back now. And they're coming back now, and it's great because like that's how I got started. Like I showed up to Let's Wrestle shows. I got on the Rumble. Randy didn't really like at first, like he didn't really think much of me, and it's not anything against him. Like not a lot of people do. And I kept showing up and I kept helping out. And like the minute I got on Let's Wrestle, I was on Limitless helping out. Like I went to Limitless shows to help out and make sure I was there to help out and pay my dues. And like you'll get the opportunity if you come and show up and help out. But if you don't, then it's like people are like, why am I not on Limitless? Well, are you doing what you got to do to get on Limitless? Like, do they know who you are? It's not like Randy's a dick and like it's like I don't know that person. It's just there's a lot of people in wrestling. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So like it's hard for one person to exactly know one person if they're in a different territory and never seen a match of theirs. So you know what I mean? People that want to get into Limitless, go to Let's Wrestle. You know what I mean? Come and help out if you can. Like that's all I can really say. That's what I did. And I'm the champion now. So it obviously works.
Oh, absolutely, man. And you couldn't have said it better yourself, man. Is like there's so many wrestlers out there, so much wrestling. It's nuts. I remember back when I had JT Dunn on my show last summer, we were talking about that. We were talking about how we never knew pro wrestling outside of like the major companies existed. And then you look at it and there's so much out there. It's so damn hard to keep track of everybody. And you have so many top promotions on the indies like Limitless, Chaotic, Beyond, and you're a part of all three of them, which is absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
And you've had some really good feuds with a lot of great people. I was watching one of the matches you had with Danhausen, and I did not know how that chemistry was going to work because I know how Danhausen is, and I know how you are. I've been watching your guys' matches a lot, and I'm like, dude, that match was just friggin' brilliant. I don't know what it was about it, but just I love the whole match. I thought it was absolutely incredible. What was it like working with Danhausen?
I love Dan. That's my dog. I remember people like were telling him like, oh, he's stiff going into this. And like Danhausen walked out and was like, I don't know what they were talking about. I thought you were perfectly fine. I think it was good because, when people face Danhausen, they try to have a Danhausen match. Like I didn't go in there trying to have a Danhausen match. I went in there trying to have an Alec Price match, and Danhausen went in there trying to have a Danhausen match. So it was definitely like a combination of like Danhausen's comedy and Danhausen, like, you know what I mean? His character work and my freaking, I'm going to out wrestle you and beat the crap out of you. And so that's why I think it worked. Like I didn't try to go in and face Danhausen in his element. I tried to bring him into my element. And we end up kind of just mixing and forming a freaking banger. Like I got to show off some of my moves, you know what I mean? Sing a little bit, you know what I mean? So I was happy.
It was fun, man. I enjoyed it. I thought it was brilliant. The fans seemed to love it. They were excited. You could tell they were into the match. The chemistry just worked. Any match that I've watched you in, man, the chemistry just clicks. I've never seen you out of all the matches I've watched on YouTube of yours. I've obviously never seen you perform live, sadly, which we need to change that.
Yep.
But I've watched a lot of your matches on YouTube, and I'm like, dude, this dude's just brilliant. There's something about every wrestler he works with. The chemistry is just there.
It's just it's the way my trainer trained me. He basically, like, when I started training out, he was like, you need to basically be LeBron James. And when he means by LeBron James, you can work with anybody. LeBron can go on any team and make it a nasty team. Like, not saying like I can make everybody have their best match they've ever had. I just think like I'm able to work with anybody and like have any style. You know what I mean? Like I can work with anybody. I think that's why it just clicks, because I've always trained to make, the other person look good and make yourself look good. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And, there's one story specifically that you've told in that ring with one wrestler who I'm about to bring up in a second here, that is one of my favorite rivalries between two wrestlers that I've seen. And I only have like a handful of them, and this is one of them. You've done a feud with JT Dunn in the Unit, mostly AC Romero. We've seen a lot of the matches between you and AC Romero. Every match you guys have tells a whole different story, but also a continuation of one, which is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
I think the whole feud between you two, awesome. What's it like, number one, wrestling a guy who's triple the size of you? Big dude. Ace Romero is fantastic, though. Absolutely incredible. What's it like wrestling somebody of his stature? And what's it like to tell those kind of stories with somebody like him?
I like wrestling anybody, but I like wrestling big guys because I just get tossed around and I get to do all my cool flippy, high flying stuff, flip spots, flip flop, flippy doos. But, AC, I looked at AC at one point, like he was kind of like my brother, like an older brother, he was like starting to was starting to learn a lot off of him, but something changed. And, I just don't respect him anymore. I think AC, is just a little bitter that I'm doing a lot more than what he did in a short amount of time. And, he just got a problem with me and I don't get it. And you know what? It's whatever. I don't have to get it. If you got a problem with me, I have no problem stepping in that ring and beating the crap out of you again. Like, he knows I ain't afraid of him, and I know he's not afraid of me. So if he wants to get it again and I got to show him a little respect, then let me show him a little, let me teach him a little respect.
Like, sure, man.
Like, it was great getting to work him at first, but after a while, he just became an asshole, and now I just want to punch him in the face.
Well, you're about to wrestle him again, though, aren't you?
That's why I want to punch him in the face. I told Randy, make this a singles match. I want to get it. I'm sick and tired of him and his Twitter fingers and, trying to call me out online. Like, I wasn't raised like that. I don't even use, if people that follow me know, I'm on social media, once, twice a day, maybe even a couple days, because I didn't grow up with a phone. So I talk face to face. I fight face to face. You got something to say, you say it to me. But this man's all over Twitter like he's scared of me or something, because I know he's afraid of what I will do. I'm not the same Alec Price that he faced last year on the road. I'm a whole different beast, a whole different animal, a whole different OG. So if he wants the hood hands, he can get the hood hands, and my foot will be going through his freaking skull. That's it. You know what I mean? Let AC talk some more shit, bro. I'm ready, bro. Let it happen the 22nd. That's it. I'm a fighting champion. Calling me out saying I'm not a fighting champion. Who is he, bro? He ain't even had a belt. He ain't even had a belt, bro. He went on an Impact for a little bit, went in a freaking Wrestle House bull crap. This isn't Wrestle House, AC. All right? This isn't Impact, bro. You back on the Wild West, and this is my turf. You feel me? I'm the sheriff and you're the outlaw, and I'm about to gun you down, bro.
Oh, absolutely, man. I can't wait for that match. It's going to be absolutely incredible. We've seen you have some sick title defenses so far. You've been in the ring recently with a lot of great talent. JD Drake, you just had a match with not too long ago.
Chris Bay and me, Chris killed it.
Chris Bay, yes. Dude, I was so scared that something was going on when he said goodbye on Twitter. It scared the crap out of everybody. We didn't know what was going on. Glad he's healthy and well, but dude, Chris Bay is another one. Absolutely talented. Dude deserves to shine bright as shit. Just like you, just like Becca. You guys are doing absolutely incredible. But what else is it like to feud with the whole unit? I know you've been in the ring with JT Dunn. What's it like to do all that stuff too?
It's fun. I mean, it's whatever. They be cowards, so they don't want nothing. Like it's a nuisance more than it's fun because I gotta worry about these dudes trying to jump me, and then when I come out to say what's up to them, they run away because they don't want it. You know what I mean? So it's whatever. I mean, JT's a punk, and so is AC. So if they both want the hands, they can get the hands, bro. That's it.
I get that, man. I know, yesterday you had the Pandemonium Battle Royal you were a part of for Chaotic. We've seen JT Dunn walk away with that championship, which I think next step needs to be Alec Price, first JT Dunn for the Chaotic Championship.
To happen. And you know what's crazy is JT only entered himself in that match after I was eliminated. And I got eliminated because Davian's great and she caught me off guard. And it don't even matter that I got eliminated, but he came into the match after I was eliminated because he knows that if I was in that match, it was over for him. You know what I mean? He's not going to put the belt on the line against me because he's afraid I'm going to take the gold.
Oh, man.
Come on, bro. These coward busters be getting on my nerves, bro. Like, I grew up where you fight. If you want to fight somebody, you fight somebody. Like, I'm done with all this, like, duck, goose, freaking looking all over stuff. Like, bro, like, come on, bro. Fight me.
Oh, for sure, man. I think.
Come on, fight me. You got
that's the
problem?
next step, man.
Fight me.
That's the next step. We definitely need to see that match. He can't be scared, man. He's got to fight you.
No, and that goes for everybody, bro. If anybody got a problem with me, say it to my face. Let's get the fucking hands. Like, straight up. Man. Like, I'm one of the nicest people in the world, but if you cross me, I will fuck you up.
Oh, dude, they don't even need the hands, dude. Just hit them with that satellite headlock driver. We're good.
Dude, my foot going through their skulls, all I need.
Absolutely, man. No, I can't wait to see what 2022 holds for you, man. I know it's going to be bigger and brighter than 2021. And I know you had a killer 2021. So I know 2022 is going to be 10 times better for you. And I can't wait to see what that holds for you, man. Good luck on your title defense against Ace Romero. I know you're going to come out on top, but yeah, man, I mean, what is your biggest goal for 2022?
So I got a bunch of goals for 2022, but I think one of them is like, this is going to be my year. I felt like 2020 and 2021, like, were building years for me, and it helped me hone myself a little bit. And now I feel like on 2022, I'm going to get bigger shit. I'm going to get bigger. I'm going to get better. And at the end, I'm going to be signed. Like, this is my year. My favorite number is 22. Last year, in 2021, I was 22 years old. Now in 2022, I'm 23, but it's still my number. So I'm coming and I'm winning. I'm getting signed this year. And if I don't get signed, I'm going to be the biggest indie name on the indies. I'm going to prove why the indie scene is my scene now. And I'm not being cocky, bro. I'm a very humble person, and I know I still have a lot to do to get better. But I'm taking over, and it's happening. So
you're that damn good, dude.
And be a G or be a buster and, flee. You feel me?
Yep. You're that damn good, man. And if they don't sign you this year, that's their loss, and you're gonna make them regret not signing you. I guarantee. But
also, like, if I don't it's not even about making them regret it. It's like, if I don't get signed this year, it's gonna happen down the road. Everyone's road's different. Like, I'm not gonna quit wrestling if I don't get signed this year. And like with the trial, like, it doesn't even that's not even like that's bro. Just the experience of going down there to have some of the have the best coaches in the world, the best facility for wrestling. Like, it was an experience of a lifetime. I didn't need to get signed. I was happy just going down for the tryout.
Oh, for sure.
And I was happy for them having me and, giving, like I said, a poor kid from Boston the opportunity to show everybody that what he's been working for the past 5 years isn't for nothing. And it's not just a gutter dream that's going to keep going down and down and down while I stay in the same place. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. And they don't just bring anybody in for a tryout just because. They bring people they think are stars.
That's what I'm saying.
So
that's what I'm saying. They don't just bring anybody for a tryout. I know a lot of people who've never gotten a tryout. So just the experience of getting one is, it's amazing. I'm super happy to even have gotten it.
Well, like I said, man, 2021, I think the world finally realized who Alec Price was. Everybody all over social media has been blowing up about you nonstop. I know other podcasters that have been saying like, dude, I can't wait to get him on my show. You're one of the top names that people talk about all the time. And it's awesome to see, man. So
I appreciate that, bro. It's just hard work, bro. Just staying humble and hard work. That's it. And, I appreciate everybody, showing love and the support, bro. Like, if people want to have me on their podcast, let me know. I'll come on your podcast. If you have any questions, hit me up. I'll do the questions. Like, I want everybody to succeed, not just myself. You know what I mean? Wrestling's about you, but like, it's also like where I grew up, it's about the people that are like the real ones that are for you. So if people want to be there and they need help, I was in the same position, needing help, couldn't like thinking of a question, didn't know like the answer, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Or wanted to be on a like, hit me up.
Oh, for
and
sure,
if
man.
Podcast people want me on, hit me up. If you want me on a second time, I have no problem coming on a second time.
Man.
I'm just grateful for the opportunity, to be honest.
You deserve it, man. You deserve it. Hard work pays off, and you truly deserve every opportunity you're given. So like I said, I wish you nothing but the best in 2022. I know this is your year. I feel it too. And just keep killing it, man. You're doing great.
Thank you, baby.
Absolutely. Do you want to tell the fans where they can find you at on social media?
Of course. So like, if you're watching this or listening to it, it's because you're either a really big fan of me or you really like this podcast. I think it's the second one. But don't be a buster. Go follow me. Instagram and Twitter is the same handle at Prize City OG. Okay, my Facebook page is the Prize Alec Price, and then you got my Facebook, my actual Facebook account, which is Alec Price. But I may or may not add you because I'm really not on Facebook like that. And Snapchat's only for the woes. So that's it. Also, go to my pro wrestling tees. Buy my shirts. I got pins for sale. I got stickers for sale. And I got a new design coming. So, thank you again for having me on. Go follow this podcast. If you're listening and you don't have it and you're not following it, what's wrong with you? Why are you even listening? Come on, show your support, bro. That's it.
Absolutely. Alec, I can't wait to do this again, man. This was a lot of fun, man. And I know you're going to kill it on the 22nd. You're going to retain your championship, and you're going to be Limitless Champion for all 2022. I feel it, man. I feel it.
I feel it, baby. The energy. You feel me?
But thanks for coming on the show, man. I really appreciate it. This has been a lot of fun. So thank you.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate, the opportunity to come on and share my story. So thank you.
Absolutely, man. Until next time, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. You guys have a good one. Take care.